So today we have a product for my 2022 Tesla Model 3 that adds rear entertainment functionality into the vehicle. Now, if you've looked at the newer Model 3s, they have this screen already built in from the factory. This is an aftermarket product that you can put on the previous model of the Model 3 and give that rear entertainment display along with seat heater control and things like that. So today we're installing this guy in my 2022 Tesla Model 3. Let's get into it. Let's unbox it. Okay, folks, here we are. We're gonna actually get this guy opened up and take a peek exactly how it comes. Now, I will have purchase links in the description, so if you're interested in this specific one, I will have links to where you can purchase it. But let's open up the box and see how she comes. Now, it's pretty much plug and play how it actually installs, and of course, you do have to remove some of the stuff that from the car. There is a full user manual, certificate of, I guess, making sure that it functions. Okay, and what else we got in here? Guarantee, okay. Bag of parts of cables and such. Then we have the actual unit itself, where we have our pass-through for our air vents that is already in place, and they're now going to come out here. We still have our USB-C ports there, one for charging, one for USB connection actually to the screen itself. Of course, the screen, I'm going to leave all the protection in place. But this looks like we have one cord there, another one. That one's already plugged in down there. Okay, so we have these guys right here. Otherwise, you can kind of see how everything else is down in there. And then in the accessory bag, do have a tool to help get everything out or disconnected or actually pulled out. We do have a harness with a conversion box of some kind here, a USB-C to USB-A adapter, and the plug for, I think this is actually to route the power back through. So there is that. So we have, that's everything that it comes with. Now it's about actually getting the vehicle ready. Okay, so to get started, I want to turn this guy off without actually going too crazy. So I'm gonna open up my settings, go to safety, should be at the bottom down here. Yep, there she is. I'm gonna turn off. And so power's off. So I still should have power in the vehicle, but the vehicle is not gonna be turned on. Next is gonna be pushing all of the seats forward, the front passenger and driver seat. Get them as far forward as they'll go. Well, I do think that this is going to need for a good cleaning afterwards, because it's definitely opening up the back a little bit, and need to update that. So let's see here. I got this nice little pry tool, and you can change which, you could start up here or down here. I'm going to actually work down here and actually pry this lower panel right down here out, which should be able to just push the pry tool in. Aha, yep. So you just kind of stick it in here in the corner. It looks like it's the easiest to get it in. All right, so that's one side. Just kind of get it in the corner and pop. And there's that one. So just pull. So it just got these 4 clips in the 4 corners and one in the middle. And if you just kind of get it, pull out one side and then the other, then you can get your fingers in there and then you can pull this out. Quick and easy. But we have access to this blue connector down here. That's what we're gonna need. So there's a couple different ways to do this. There's another panel right here. There's 2 screws down here. Then you can pull this panel out if you need to. I'm going to try doing this without moving that first. And what you got to do is with the air vent here, you kind of got to grab in here and grab onto the vent. And I believe you're pulling straight back, not at this angle, straight back towards the seat. Yep, just like that. And there is a connector on here. There we go. So right here, we just have to disconnect this connector right here, just like so. Okay, so this little connector here, we're gonna wanna put this little guy on here. This is the shorting connector that just plugs right into there, exactly where that one was, just like so, and then that'll give us the power that we need on our display. Okay, well, I was gonna try to do this without removing this plastic piece right here. However, these ends, it's gonna be a pain in the butt to push it up, and this is way too big to push down. So what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna remove this. There are 2 Torx 20 screws, just 2 of them. And once we actually take those out, then we can pull this guy out. So just real quick, just like so. Okay, so now if I grab down from below, just literally pops right out. But it does, again, pops straight out. Not up at an angle or down or anything, or it doesn't hinge, because there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 clips, and they are all at that angle. So just make sure you pull it straight out. Okay, with my nice wiring harness, I have the pass-through cable right here. That's going to go to this blue connector down here. So this blue connector, which, okay, so there's a little clip on this front side here. So with that clip, we just push that in, and yeah, she comes right out, no problems. And so then we just put it back in line, like so, and then route it in a way that's not going to be in the way. Probably maybe stash it down in there. Okay, so now we have that routed. We have this guy ready to come up. We can put this guy back into place, just like so, with the cable in place, of course. That's that clip, and then we have the 2 screws down below. But now we have everything routed up in here. So I'm going to go ahead and put the screws in real quick. And then the kickboard down here that we pulled out, that's going to go right back where she was. Make sure it snaps in all the way around. Yep. Boom. Now the bottom is completely done. Now I can just focus up here. Okay, so now all we have to do now is put these connectors on that are going to go to, and I can stash that down in there. I can stash this piece down here, down in here. And then we have the 2 cables that'll connect to the 2 cables that we have coming from our screen. One, and I apologize if it's hard to see, but it's they can only plug in one or the other, and they will click when they're in place. So just kind of set it where it's going to go. Oh, it looks like it's actually booting up right now. Great. Run the cables how we want below, right? But we got to make sure we're staying out of the way of the air duct. A little bit of brute force, just make sure you're not pushing on the screen. Okay, and now you can see, I wonder if it'll actually allow me to turn this on. No, because we don't have the system on. So let's turn the system back on. Okay, so we got it on up front, and if I click on this, it does turn the air off back here. Okay, we're gonna click that again. Yep, turns it back on, and it is blowing. Fantastic. So we have dog mode. We can turn dog mode on. We can turn camping mode back on. And just click it again, child lock, auto, and keep auto, and then you can adjust auto settings, or you can manually adjust the fan speed here. Yep, there she ramps up. I'm just going to click it back on auto. Change the temperature if we want back here. Let's see, fan, that's that, and then the heating, so we can adjust the seat heaters back here. We can even do the front seats. Oh, that's crazy. I don't know if that's working though. So that, I don't see the seat heaters up front or on. So that's something I may have to look into eventually. Okay. Seat. All right, we can move the seat. The passenger seat only. Back, we can change tilt, yep. So that's all in these settings right here around the seat. It's gonna music, hit play. Yep, it's gonna start the music. Oh, can we mute or pause? I apologize. Yep, and we can adjust the volume. Yep, we can adjust the volume. That's working. I'm verifying up here on the screen, because if I hit volume up, it is changing the volume. Let's see here, apps. Hey, there we go. We have music, Bluetooth music, car info, Chrome, YouTube, Play Store, everything. Okay, but we have this. Let's see that and media. Oh, cool. So we actually have set ones right here, so we can go to YouTube. Of course, we have to connect internet to it, which isn't going to work right now, but that's fine, we can do that later. And then car settings. So for that said, let's see here. I'm going to go to settings, network, sure available networks turn on, and I'm going to actually connect to my phone. Okay, so I have it connected to my phone. Should give internet here shortly. Connected. All right, now let's try. Go into YouTube. Let's hit automatically retries. Search. Okay. Yeah, there's one I just did.
Everything you need for less at Hy-Vee. So while it's actually
okay, so let's do this. There we go, and actually it's coming out of its own speaker too.
Or I should say setting up and getting this.
So that's wonderful. So obviously you can have Bluetooth headphones back here, and they can listen to their own thing. So that's the gist of this guy. And then settings, Okay, you can change your temperature settings, format, things like that. Car seat. Ah, okay, so that's just the back. That's forward. All right, so that's just another way to do it, is from the car seat setting. Well, fantastic. There it is. So that is the install of this wonderful 8.6-inch display for the Tesla Model 3. Now, before, when I was showing if I was turning the seat heater on or off back here, it wasn't actually changing it up front. That still is true, but it does actually turn the seat heater on. So essentially, if somebody back here turns the seat heater on, their own seat heater, if for some reason it's not updating on the screen up there, maybe it just needs a reboot. But if I turn the seat heater on up front, it definitely shows that it's on back here. So they can still control it. It just doesn't really sync with what the driver is seeing. It's kind of interesting. So I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm gonna have an update on that when I actually do my full review on this screen. But if you're interested in this, I have the links at the top of the description. I will tell you that the installation was stupidly easy in all reality. About anybody can do this as long as you're okay with touching clips. There are 2 T20 screws, so make sure you have a T20 driver. It makes it easier if you take that panel out. It's just way easier. But aside from that, I obviously have the USB functions on here, so I should be able to plug a phone into it directly. Right now I have Wi-Fi on my phone, so if I'm traveling, the kids can watch something and they're going off my Wi-Fi on my phone. So there we go. That is now a full screen in my Tesla Model 3. I'm going on a trip tomorrow, so we're going to be using it. And yeah, I will have a full review in short order. So thank you for watching to the end. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you back here on GeekSmart for another future video review. Check out the links in the description. See you soon.